What's up, what's up, what's up? It's your man, ChazzEllis, once again, and you're watching the Guide Channel. Now, as you know, it's Monday, and on Mondays, what I like to do is take a comment from the comment section or a message from my inbox and make a video out of it. So here he'd go. I got a guy who says that he's got a great career in his hometown, but his girl is wanting to move 12 hours away for a career opportunity that she has. She says she still wants to try to maintain a relationship with him, but he's kind of on the fence. He says he really doesn't want to be in a long distance relationship, but he's not wanting to keep her from her dream or from some type of opportunity that she has. So he's basically asking me, should he just let her go and move 12 hours away, or should he try to keep her here, or should he, break up with her? Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. The thing is that in a perfect world, of course, you want to try to facilitate anyone that you love living their dream. And you want to try to be there with them. You want to try to support them while they live their dream. That's the perfect world. That's what we would all like to do if we could. Unfortunately, sometimes these kinds of things come along and you really care about somebody, but their vision for their life doesn't necessarily match your vision for yours. Now, in that kind of a situation, basically what you're going to have to do is weigh out best and worst case scenarios for yourself. Now, I'm going to say something that may overly simplify it for you, but what I would suggest to do is to tell her that you want her to stay there and that you want to keep her there and be in a relationship with her and try to make it work. Or, just say, hey, if you don't want to stay here, I understand, but I'm really not trying to be in a long distance relationship. Not something I'm really wanting to do. Now, I know some of y'all are like, what? You just gonna tell him to either tell her to stay or break up with her? Well, she's gonna resent him if she stays because this was her career goal. That's entirely possible. Oh, why should he break up? She might get with somebody else. Once again, that's entirely possible. But like I said before, whenever you do get involved in the situation, you have to look at best and worst case scenarios and most likely outcomes. So let's go and weigh some of these most likely outcomes. Okay, say she goes 12 hours away. You got your career here. You're doing well here. You're doing something you like doing. And I'm guessing because it's something you say you have a great career. So I'm guessing that you're making good money here and doing well. So you got a career. You're making good money. You're doing well. So you're planted here. She goes there, far away. Now, what happens if somebody goes 12 hours away? Likelihood is that you're not going to be able to visit them on a regular basis, because even if you have the money to visit them, you're probably not going to have the time to go 12 hours and then come back and all that crap. You're probably not going to be able to do that. So your relationship is probably going to basically be phone calls, FaceTime, text messages, Facebook, stuff like that. That's pretty much going to be how your relationship goes. Now, that's going to be very difficult for somebody who was all buddy-buddy, kissy-kissy with somebody, throughout the first part of their relationship. That's going to be difficult to maintain. So here's how this most likely plays out. I'm not saying it always plays out this way, but for some of y'all, it might sound familiar. So she goes over there 12 hours away. At first, she doesn't know anybody. She doesn't really have any friends. She's just working, trying to make her career work. That's all good. So what she's doing now is she's wanting to FaceTime you every night. Hey, FaceTime me, talk to me. I wanted to, talk to you. Now, y'all doing that for like 3 hours. Now, you might have some friends because you live there. So you already got friends and family members and stuff like that established. And you probably have people that you want to hang out with. Friends you probably have been neglecting since y'all been together. People that you want to hang out with. But she's lonely, so of course, to keep the friction down in y'all relationship, you're going to do that FaceTiming and stuff. You're going to text and all that, and that's going to be hours that you spend doing that. So this is going to be time that you're not really building your relationships. This is going to be time that you're kind of, in the crib, really being a little more bored than you would like to be, but just trying to be with your girl. Well, at first, she doesn't know anybody, so you're all she has. Well, she's going to get to meeting people at work. She's going to get to making friends. She's going to get to networking. Eventually, she's going to start wanting to go out, wanting to do things, wanting to have fun with people that she knows, you know, wanting to socialize. So the problem you run into now is she's probably not going to want to FaceTime with you for 3 hours a night anymore. She's going to want to try to get to know some people who are actually there, you know, with her that she can build these relationships with. So where does that leave you? Because you've neglected friends, you've neglected family members, you've neglected, you know, having a social life in this place. So now you're actually put in a situation where you have to rebuild. But the problem is you don't have new people to meet because you're in the same damn town. So you're in a situation where now you have to rebuild and you have to kind of get connected with your friends who some of them probably going to have moved on. Some of them probably going to be in relationships and all that kind of stuff too. So now you're the one feeling lonely. That causes friction. That causes arguments to happen. Now you're over here being all needy, and that's a turnoff to a chick. Just keeping it real. You're being all needy. You're over here telling her, come on, why ain't you on the phone? Why ain't you FaceTiming me? You were FaceTiming me all the time before. Now you don't even FaceTime your boy. You know, this is your situation now. So what ends up happening? Most likely, you get lonely enough for long enough. You get frustrated enough. Y'all argue enough back and forth. Eventually, one of y'all, probably you, cheats. And that's the story of the breakup. What happened, girl? Why'd y'all break up? He cheated on me, so I couldn't deal with that. It ain't gonna be that's the story. That's gonna be the story. Not, I moved 12 hours away. I stopped FaceTiming him. He cheated on me, so we broke up. So guess what? That's going to be a situation where you're probably never going to be able to get back with that girl because you looked all needy, your relationship deteriorated, you finally cheated on her, or maybe she cheated on you. But that's it. You're not going to be able to get back with that girl. If you just let her fly free and said, you know, hey, hope things work out for you, then the reality of the situation is she get to check that and maybe it will work and her career will work out. Maybe it wouldn't. But either way, the memory that she has of you will be a great one. Okay, so she's more likely to want to be back with you, especially whether things work out or not. Really, it doesn't even matter because she's going to recognize that relationship as being something that was good. Okay, now, another scenario that's really likely one of the most likely scenarios. Say everything does work out. You guys get along famously. The Skype and FaceTime and social media thing doesn't bother you. You guys work your way through it. Thumbs up. Wonderful. Okay, you guys stay together. She establishes her career in her new place. Bang. Wonderful. Everything goes perfectly well. You guys are doing great. Okay, what's the end game? You guys are in a long distance relationship for life? That the end game? Because she's still 12 hours away. Whatever she establishes, however well her career goes, she's still 12 hours away. So she's already picked this career and she's already gotten it together. So the thing you're going to run into now is if you try to tell her, hey, I can't keep doing this long distance relationship thing, she's got to give up the career she's taking this time to build and move back. So the likelihood is she's not going to want to do that. Before you could have said, hey, I'm not going to be able to do this long distance relationship, and she'd be giving up something that might happen for something that she has now. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, right? So she would be giving up something she might have for something that she currently does have. A lot easier to do that. But now you're asking her to give up something that she has, something that she's built, something that she's taking a risk to go get. She's moved, you know, she's probably not going to want to do that. So what's the most likely thing? You guys have built this connection, this relationship. You've made sacrifices. You ain't been with nobody else for however long she's been out there, and you've been traveling back and forth. You put money into it, time, energy, your heart is involved. So when you see that I do need to come together, because eventually you're going to probably start feeling like you're going to lose her. We do need to come together. What happens then? You move out there. That's the most likely scenario. You do what you never wanted to do in the first place. You give up your career, you move out there. Now you have become basically a part of her life and she's become your life. Now you're in a situation you're probably living off of her in her house, trying to reestablish your career, trying to get your life together, and she's looking at you kind of like, wow, This guy gave up everything to be with me. She wants to feel happy. She wants to feel good, but you're not even the same guy she started dating. That guy had a career. That guy had dreams. That guy had goals. That guy was driven. This guy's a puppy dog that followed her from 12 hours away from his career, 12 hours away from his life, and now she's the center of his universe. I'm sorry, brother, but it's probably not going to work out that way. She's probably not going to look at that and go, oh, I'm so flattered, I'm so happy. At first, yeah, maybe. But eventually, you're going to start looking a little bit pathetic, especially if you don't pick up and get a good career immediately, which... let's be real, it's hard to get a good career, so chances are that's probably not going to happen. This is why I say it's better to say, hey, stay here, or if you leave, you know, that's cool, but I'm not going to necessarily be a part of that. Because you're not putting yourself in a position where you're attached to the point where you're probably going to have to either go out there or you're probably not going to make it anyway. Okay, you can give her a good impression of you, leave her with a good impression, and if the world brings her back to you, if time brings her back to you, cool. She's bringing her back to the same guy she left. But if you go ahead and stick with it and try to do this long distance thing, the most likely outcome is for you to end up looking like a sucker, y'all break up, and her not remember you as being this strong, great guy, but remember you as being whatever she left you as, either a cheater or some pathetic puppy dog following her around or something in between those two, you know, and that's never a good look. Hopefully I was able to help you out. Once again, it's your man, ChazzEllis. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video with somebody else that you know needs it. Peace.